Welcome to the Before the Echo podcast. We're either going to be talking about God or deer hunting. I hope you enjoy it. Before we start the show tonight, got to thank my partners that make the show possible. The first one being Latitude Outdoors. If you guys need any mobile hunting gear, make sure you go over to latitudeoutdoors.com and get you some mobile hunting gear. If you use the code BTE, you save 10%. Next, we got ASIO gear. If you guys need any new hunting clothing, new camo for this deer season before it gets good and cold, go over to ASIOgear.com, use that code ECHO15 and save 15% off. And then if you need some new optics, we got rifle seasons coming up real quick. Hawke has an option for any budget that you have. And if you visit HawkeOptics.com and use the code BTE, you can save yourself 15%. They also have really good range finders, spotters, and binoculars. Then make sure you stock up on broadheads. You never want to run out of broadheads during deer season. If you're shooting razor broadheads, go over to razorbroadheads.com and use the code BTE to save 20% off. And then finally, last but not least, if you need some silencing tape, if you got some wild gear that you need to silence, go over to stealthoutdoors.com and get you some stealth strips. I got it on everything. Use the code BTE and save 10% off. Thanks for all my partners. Go check them out in the description below. If you need any more gear, make sure you use these promo codes to save you a little bit of money. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show, just like the good old days. Oh, people in the comments are asking, why isn't Dan out hunting? Because he's on this show tonight.
Right. I was packing up for bear hunting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I had to take some time to do that and leave it in the morning.
Yeah. Are you flying out there?
No.
Driving?
Nope. Yeah, red eye. 24 hours.
Is it 24-hour drive?
Yeah, I think it's almost 25.
Yeah. How are you going to do it? Are you going to just drive through? Or are you going to take a night and sleep and get back up?
25-hour drive, I can probably do that in about 11 hours.
Yeah. If you change your oil, you could do it in about 10 probably. No.
Yeah. I got a little button. Every time the thing goes on and says that you need an oil change, you press this button.
Changes it for you.
It changes it for you. And then but every time you start it, you got to change your oil again. You know? These new trucks, they're cool.
They're pretty amazing machines they got. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'd ever buy a used vehicle off of you, Dan.
You probably I wouldn't recommend it. I get the use out of them.
Yeah.
That's good. I put new bumpers on it because I keep bouncing off deer and stuff, and rocks and trees. And so I put new bumpers on, like heavy duty ones. And the back one's a little higher and the tailgate hits it. So it cut into the paint on the tailgate. Yeah. And it's getting worse and worse. So I'm like, I have to do something about that, but I really can't fix that. So I took black stealth strips and put them in the contact areas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was thinking about that when you're talking about you're sponsored by Lou.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
I told Lou that. He's like, it's going to fade. I'm like, I don't care if it fades.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it ain't going to make it look any worse. That's for sure.
Right.
Oh, man. So what's the how's season been so far? What's your thoughts on Wisconsin this year?
Well, it's been a grind, a struggle. Right up until the last couple of days, I really get into some good stuff, and now I gotta go.
Yeah,
I got plans, and I would like to just stay here and lock down on what I've been onto. But I'll get right back into it when I get back.
Yeah, we talk about this every year about overextending ourselves.
Yeah,
and not being able to focus on the home state.
But money's tighter this year too, and these trips are expensive.
Yeah. But then here we are again, just overbooked and too much going on. What happens is you get like, you do your standard things that you're kind of just would do anyway, and then all of a sudden you kind of get like opportunities. Like you get just thrown a few opportunities every year that you can't really pass up, and all of a sudden you're going on 4 or 5 hunts that it just makes the hunting season short.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess we're lucky though. I mean, in a lot of ways too. Some people would kill to have the problems we have.
I'm living the life. I'm not complaining at all.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was going to talk to you about my little predicament I got into over the weekend on here, just because you have the same, with my not wearing an orange hat during a gun season on accident thing. I wanted to tell everybody like go ahead.
Where I come from, we call people that do that poachers.
Stop it. Oh, so,
you forgot your orange hat, you poacher.
I wanted to talk to you about it, and like so I could explain to people, because the vast majority of the comments were obviously like, you're overreacting, this is not a big deal. And it's not to the normal hunter. It really isn't. Like if I was out there this weekend, just Josh that didn't have a YouTube channel, and I was bow hunting, I shot that doe, didn't have my orange on, I never would have known. The conservation officers never would have known. The 20 people on the internet that called me a poacher wouldn't have known, and life would have went on. And in that manner, it is not a big deal. But like, you guys that are on the internet don't realize, like, there are people out there that absolutely hate me and Dan, like, and everything we stand for and everything we do. Really hate Dan, Right.
The bigger you get, the more they hate you.
Yeah, so. Exactly. And so like, I would have probably, like, if you would have told me, like, you think that'll get reported? I'm like, probably. Someone probably is going to like find the opportunity to get someone in trouble, so they're going to report it. And so like, these little things that happen that aren't a big deal to most people, like, I agree with you. It wasn't a big deal. Like, it really wasn't. Like, the worst that had happened if I got a $50 ticket or something like that.
And you were on private land, right?
Yeah, I was on private.
Mm-hmm. And the only person hunting it, right? And except for the landowner who knew you were there.
Yeah, right. That was it. And we were bow hunting too, both of us. So, that's why it was a bigger deal than what you would see it as. And then, if I get a ticket because I didn't turn myself in or whatever you want to call that, then it's a bigger deal than me just being upfront with everybody about it and taking care of it right away. And yeah, you
handled that.
Do what?
Did you explain how you handled that?
Yeah, in the video, I pretty much did. And what happened was why I took the video. So I made the video Monday before I knew I did anything wrong. That wasn't out on YouTube yet. And someone on Tuesday morning called me from Michigan, and they told me that they thought that I shot it with an illegal weapon because they thought I couldn't bow hunt during a firearm season. And that I was like, dang, that's bad.
Sure, lesser weapon rule, right?
Yeah. And I said, oh crap, I'll take it down, and I took it down. If I would have probably been a little more patient and just realized, I just didn't have orange on, I probably wouldn't have. Maybe I wouldn't have taken it down. But initially, I thought I had broken a significant rule. And I knew I could use a bow, but someone from Michigan called me and was like, I don't think you can use a bow. And I'm like, really?
I actually agree with you taking it down, though. Even though you probably wouldn't have, it was just the orange. Because if you do something wrong, even if it's like on accident, you don't want to set the example for people watching it that think that that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you take it down and you redo it, and you just put in there, this is what happened. This is, why the video was taken down. And I'm sure that's what you did, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. That's exactly what happened. I just, people were worried that I was worried about it excessively. I wasn't excessively worried about it. I just needed to take care of it.
Well, honestly, I mean, what's the worst going to happen? You get a $50 ticket, and right. If they give you a ticket, you just pay it. I mean,
yeah.
But really, me personally, and I know most people don't agree with me, but most people kind of cave to the little bit of liberal inside of them. As a free man, as a free man in a free country, your own safety should be up to you. I would strongly urge a person to wear orange if it's gun season. And there's a reason for those rules.
Yeah.
But I don't think the government has any business in protecting me from myself.
Yeah.
I think if you're protecting others from me, it's a different story. Now, gun hunting is a little different because you got to really worry about where you're shooting and stuff if nobody else is wearing orange. You got to be pretty careful. I had a guy, the season just kind of all blends together now. I think it was 3 or 4 days ago. I had a guy, I was walking up a ridge, going back to access a hunting spot. And I was pretty far back, but I was in open timber and people get back there. And I was on the side of the ridge taking a trail, and a squirrel came running straight at me down this trail, saw me, and then scooted to a tree, went up this tree, and I'm looking at it. It's only about 10 feet above me, and I'm looking up at it, and a guy shoots at it. Missed it, hit the branch. It scared the piss out of me. The guy was really close, and the squirrel was probably running from him towards me, saw me, and I was like in between, ran up this tree, and then the guy saw it and shot at it. And I got a glimpse of it. It was really thick covered, like buckthorn and stuff that had trees in it. They got mature trees in buckthorn. And you couldn't see the guy, but he was really close with a 22, That's why they have the orange rules and stuff, because that guy would have had no idea. But he was shooting up above me, so
yeah.
I don't think there's much risk of him shooting me, but it did scare the piss out of me.
Yeah. I mean, I would have ventured to say, like in Wisconsin during your guys' early season, like the squirrel hunters are almost more dangerous than, for bow hunters.
Remember we did that story with that guy that got shot?
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant.
Like, shot him, took him to the hospital. I don't remember all the details, but
I can't remember either.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I know. I know there was a few times when I was hunting early season, just over the years in Wisconsin, kind of having a pucker factor. You start hearing like 22 rounds going off in the woods. Like, golly, where's this guy? Because he's not far,
And these squirrel hunters shoot up at squirrels in trees.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like
into the ground.
Yeah. But it is what it is. And then go ahead. No, I was going to say that, of course, the conservation officer was super nice. She was super nice. And she said, yeah, in Michigan, the way she worded it was like, in Michigan, anytime you have a firearm season, you have to wear hunter orange. And then there's people in the comments section being like, she's wrong. You don't have to wear it if you're turkey hunting. And I'm like, come on, guys. Like, this lady just didn't give me a ticket. And now you're sitting here like criticizing. I'm like, I'm sure she just meant like deer hunting,
Right.
It's like, no matter what, there's always someone in the comment section that has something to say,
I mean, for your critics, it happens to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, you never hear about it. They just clean it up and don't say nothing.
Yeah.
It just happened to Teddy recently, and the hunting public came out and publicly said, this is what happened. And he got a ticket. They gave him a ticket. And all he did was film as a cameraman. And that state had a law that said you have to have a hunting license to film as a cameraman. So he didn't have a kill tag. So he was breaking the law. And me personally, I went fishing with Ricky one time. And we went to this river we always fished in. And we caught a bunch of walleye, a bunch of northerns and stuff. We took some pictures, put them online. And same thing. People went nuts. Oh, you're a poacher. I know that river. That's closed river. And I'm like, it's not closed. It's an open river. And I looked it up, and it was closed. It was open when I was younger. They closed it at some point. So I did the same thing you did. I called the game warden for that county. And I told him what I did. And I told him I took the pictures down. And he just kind of laughed it off and said, well, didn't you notice there was nobody else fishing? I go, the place is crowded. There's a bunch of people fishing. He's down there.
Oh, well, then like once something happens in your video, it's like someone like pokes a hole in you, and then the rest of the crowd just comes in and pulls the knife down to open up then I had people commenting that you got to be 150 feet off the road. And I was sitting like 25 yards from the road, which you don't with bow hunting in Michigan. There's no safety zone in Michigan for bow hunting, maybe for rifles. I don't know. But, and then there was people saying he didn't tag the deer. I'm like, yes, I did, dude. I had it checked in at like an hour after I shot the thing, it was checked in on the online. Like I was like, gosh, people.
But, you know, they're like vampires. I mean, there are a lot of people that watch what we do, that kind of envy us in a way, like they're mad because they're not us, you know, kind of thing. And when you do something wrong, it's like, he isn't perfect, and they just attack you. And it's the way to, you know, that whole mentality, if you look at the psychology of it, is you make yourself a big man by putting somebody that's above you down. You know, so the higher you get, the more people want to knock you off that ladder. People you think look up to you, you know, and you get that a lot. And you got to grow a thick skin. And you know, it's getting to the point now where I ban people daily. I blink. I mean, you cross the line, you're gone. You know,
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. I don't want to argue with those people. I don't want to. I mean, if you hate me, I don't want you around. Just go away. Go to some place you like.
Yeah, you're probably doing them a favor for banning them too, like so they don't spend their time.
YouTube's got a great feature. I don't know if you know that, but you can make it where you don't really ban them. This is what I usually do: is I turn off their posts so that nobody can see them but them, and they can post like crazy, watch my videos, and I get views, and they get and they think people are reading them and wonder why nobody's giving them comments. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just a weird. Like there were several people, like two people in particular, actually got my phone number and called me, and they were just concerned. They were actually looking out for me, like, hey,
help you,
yeah. So I'm not talking about those people, but like the type of mentality that it takes to be like to want to go into a comment section and like throw someone down, you know, it's just a weird thing people have issues with, but that's it. I just wanted to say that because just so many people were telling me I was overreacting and it was kind of stupid that I was making this into a big deal. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a bigger deal than what you realize when you're in a position like us. Because it's like, you know, this is one of the, whether people like this or not, it is one of the ways we make our living, you know, and you got to take care of these little issues if, when they arise. But
honestly, guys like you and I, when we're going to step up and put a platform out there and have the whole world watching us, we have a responsibility to be more ethically watching those rules and stuff than a regular person should have to. So we are a little more responsible because we're role models. So we need to be more careful about that. Just you know, I'm not saying you did anything wrong. Me too.
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's easy to miss something, but we got to try hard because it ain't like the average person. They're out with their buddies doing something. We're putting stuff out there and we're representing a group. And it ain't just hunters that are watching us, anti-hunters. It's people that are deciding what hunters are, who they are, and stuff. We have to be ethically and morally higher, in my opinion.
Yeah. Speaking of anti-hunters, just to go ahead and just do a little transition here. Did you see the Florida bear hunt thing? What was going on with that right now?
Florida bear hunt?
Yeah, they opened a Florida bear hunt, and I guess a anti-hunting group posted on Facebook the other day that they invested like $200,000 into the tags there. Like they're trying to take up a bunch of the tags, and I guess it kind of went through. The DNR said that it won't matter in the long run because if the quota don't get met, they're just going to up it next year, kind of thing. But
well, they need to do what they did with in Minnesota. Minnesota used to apply, and we got drawn. Then you could buy your tag, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So now they make you buy your tag early because if you don't buy it, you don't pay the $200 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they resell it to the first buyers because it same thing. Anti-hunters were buying the tags. Well, not buying it, they're applying for them and then just never purchasing them. But they were taking them up, you know.
I don't know how exactly that system works down there, but it sounds like it's, you know, it's kind of going to be a mess a little bit. But.
Did you see that those Colorado hunters that got hit by lightning?
Yeah.
So if you read underneath the like the mainstream articles like ABC and stuff like that, there was a whole bunch of anti-hunters posting on there. This is great and stuff, and you'd hope they'd Charlie Kirk them and call their bosses
Yeah.
and have them read that. But anywho, one of them was talking about how you should be ashamed of yourself killing animals like that and blah, blah, blah. And, everything is meant to get along and work together cohesively. And I said, so you hate wolves and foxes and coyotes and hawks and snakes?
Yeah.
And the lady just went mental.
But
I mean, they got no common sense at all.
I know they don't. I was wondering about them kids because it took a long time for it to come out what happened to them, and I was like thinking in my head, like, what in the world did they get into if they both died? And I guess I was like, maybe they walked off a cliff, or I didn't know.
That's what Carol said.
Well, that happens to people up there.
Well, I was talking to Carol about it when I came on the news. We're in the truck together, and she says, "Oh my God, I wonder what happened if they're lost." Or, and I'm like, "No, there's foul play involved." And she goes, "Foul play? What gives you that idea?" I said, 2 guys elk hunting on a mountain, all their gear's in the truck. I said, "There's no way that a week goes by and both can't get out. One of them can't get out."
Yeah.
She goes, "Well, maybe a bear got him." I go, "Bear ain't gonna eat 2 people. It's gonna get one person. The other person's gonna run off."
Yeah.
She was, "What if he came over to fight for his friend?" I'm like, "The bear's not gonna kill 2 people. It's so rare."
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, maybe they walked off a cliff."
Yeah.
So I was like, "No, there has to be something, foul play."
Yeah.
She was more right about the natural disaster. I never thought of lightning.
I didn't either, and that is something that would kill. But I mean, after I did a little, I talked about it a little bit on here about just lightning safety, because I'm like, I got to think like, dang, that could happen to one of us. Like, that's not like we're up in a tree stand with metal, But
so
one
day,
go ahead.
One day, not far from me, the next county over, Washington County.
Yeah.
DNR worker got hit by lightning and killed. They just announced
Dang.
it today, and Eric was hunting that same property where the guy got hit. Didn't even know it.
One of the first things that was suggested with lightning safety is to like spread out, like don't set together, like because at least one of you won't die.
I carry a rod, and if I see the lightning, I swing at it,
try to whack it away.
knock it away.
Yeah. Storms out there are just different, though. They get pretty severe in those mountains, and then you're in the mountains too, so you don't have shelter and all that. Like we could pretty much not anywhere in the Midwest, but a lot of places where you're deer hunting, you can kind of get out within an hour, But if something's coming, but if you get stuck up in there, one thing, and I don't know why this annoyed me for some reason, but they kept saying like all these articles were like experienced elk hunters die, or like they kept using the word experience. I'm like, dude, these were kids. Like, why you keep calling? I know. I'm like, nobody that's hunting that's 25 is experienced. Like, not, you know what I mean? They may know how to hunt and stuff, but
when you get to be old and cranky like me, everybody that's 25 is a kid.
Yeah.
I just pissed off half your audience.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was like, what are they talking about? One of the kids was from the East Coast somewhere, I think, or Pennsylvania. I'm like, this kid, there's no way he's been elk hunting for more than, a handful of years. I'm like, that's a weird, I don't know why that was so important to them to say that some experienced hunters die.
The first one said it, so they just snowballed.
Yeah.
I saw that too, and I thought the same thing. They're 25 years old, experienced.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have they been on, like 4 hunts?
Yeah, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it could happen to anybody. Well, tell Carol she's not
way to go. You go pretty instant. I mean,
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only bad part about that is they were so young, but not the only bad part, but it sucks that they were young, and I mean, not a good situation no matter how old you are. Yeah, I haven't really had any bad experience with lightning in the woods, I guess. But have you ever you've almost died a few times from different things?
I pushed my luck a lot.
Yeah.
I hunted in a thunderstorm a few times. I mean, I shot a very big 8-pointer in a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And it was a wicked thunderstorm. It was cracking down around me. The odds of actually getting hit are pretty slim.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you walk through the woods and see a deer laying dead because it was hit by lightning? I've never seen it. I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah, pictures.
But the odds of it hitting you, you're probably more likely to win the lottery or something. So it doesn't really, it isn't something I fear. I don't think I would sit in the tallest tree out in the woods if it was thunderstorming.
Right.
Then again, you walk over to the tallest tree in the woods, and generally it's not hit, by lightning any time in the past 50 years. So the odds of you really getting hit are pretty slim.
Yeah, it's probably something you shouldn't like lose any sleep over. You don't want to put yourself in a weird, bad situation. When I used to play golf in college and stuff, that was something that they took pretty serious, just because you're out in an open field with a bag of metal clubs on your back. You were kind of the highest point out there, and then you had metal on your back. But
you're a business, you have to take stuff like that seriously, because if the freak thing happens to one person, your whole business is ruined. If you were like, nah, go out there and golf.
As long as you give me your $50. Yeah. No, you're right. But there is like lots of golfers that have been struck by lightning you hear about it every now and again.
Yeah.
But they're also like, the percentage of a golfer getting hits much higher than a regular person, just because you're putting yourself out there. Yeah. I was noticing are you still using that camera I sold you, that video camera?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that has to be some kind of record for you.
Yeah, I haven't destroyed it yet. It's probably lasted me longer than any camera ever.
Yeah.
I do. It does have some glitches now. I'm thinking about buying a new one and having that one as a backup.
Yeah.
Some glitches, but money's a little tight right now.
Yeah. I know camera companies do not care, but I wish they kind of quit making camcorders. They don't make any new ones anymore. So, I think the best one after yours is the next model of Sony. They made one more model after yours, but it was like 2017 when they made that.
Yeah, now everybody uses those cameras that look like they're actual photo cameras.
Yeah. Which they do a lot better, but they're also just harder to use. They're not as user friendly for a deer hunter. So
I wish thought they'd make one just for hunters, but I guess it's probably not a big enough crowd for their sales.
They don't care.
Make a waterproof one that's kind of camel colored and
good in low light.
Mm-hmm. There was a company that altered them there for a while. They would redo them, and they'd buy them new as a dealer and fix them up for you and sell them to you. But they're gone too.
Yeah, was that the Campbell cameras or something like that? Is that what that was called? So, yeah. I bought my very first kind of setup through them. They would put you a package together for a hunter. Give you you could buy a camera or a little bundle deal, but that's all gone now. There's all kind. The good thing is there's a bunch of used ones still, but it's hard to buy a new one.
A lot of guys are using their phone now, but that's just so hard to work with.
Yeah. That's probably one of the questions I get asked, not the most, but a lot, is about camera gear and what cameras I use. And the problem is unless you're going to spend, $1,000 now, the cell phone cameras are about as good as the old fashioned, the cheap.
I'll tell you what, the damn cell phone I got, the camera on that thing. I got here in a low light, and I take a picture, and it looks like broad daylight. Way better than I'm getting off the camcorder, even though I got low light settings on there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. I need to get a new phone. I actually busted my camera out.
Oh, nice.
But so it's old. I probably need to upgrade anyway. But I think the even newer cameras are even better. But gosh, cell phones they're about as much as a new camera. We'll see though. Yeah. Anyways, back to Wisconsin. We start talking about Wisconsin. Have you had any? Have you heard of rumblings of anybody killing anything yet?
Oh yeah, there's some big ones showing up on the internet from Wisconsin. Nobody I personally know has done very well.
Yeah,
but everybody's kind of struggling. It's kind of a weird year. I'm going out to Oak Islands. There's acorns dropping, no signs of people, and no deer, not even a doe. usually, I'm having a hard time finding rubs and stuff, and I'm just starting to see that now. Maybe it's because we opened earlier.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
was it? I mean, yeah, I don't know. The summer was weird weather wise, but yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little more moving around this year, and I probably won't hunt my county as much with the the EHD problem we had.
mm-hmm.
I had a buddy come over last Sunday. He owns a 400-acre farm, and he found 12 bucks dead on it.
Wow.
Yeah, 12 bucks and 2 does. So he's like, well, yeah, just kind of start all over again, because back in 2017, same thing. We had a bad case of it come through and kind of wipe out the herd or reduce the herd a bunch. So I don't know. It's a bummer. I found 2 dead bucks in that creek that we can hunt on that private farm that we went to, Dan. And then I was talking to another guy that lives down the road, and he's like, he came up to me. He's like, "Oh, did you find any dead deer yet?" And I said, "Yeah, we found 2." He's like, "Well, someone was hopping out of that creek on the road, like where it goes across the road, and there was 2 guys, and he said they both had just arms full of racks. They'd cut deer's head off." And I was like, "Dang, really?" He goes, "Yeah." And then I've been keeping track. I haven't got a buck on camera out there. I have 2 cell cameras out, and I haven't got a buck on camera out there in 9 days. Nothing small or nothing.
Well,
so, but EHD kind of affects, bucks more than does. So there's some does out there, but
you got a low population in your area to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping maybe in the hills. I don't have any cell cameras in the hills at all. I'm hoping in the hills that maybe they lived a little better. I don't know.
I don't think it makes a difference.
I know. I'm just like, well, maybe in the hills, outside of the there's not as much water up there. Maybe they survive. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll see though. There'll be one around here somewhere to chase after. The river, the properties I can hunt around the river here, they seem like they're not as affected as much that deer live around the river because the water's flowing all the time,
Yeah.
And so it's not stagnant, but at least that's what the farmer told me. He said he never finds them along the river, the big river. Looks like there's a couple people in the comment section that's killed them in Wisconsin.
Good.
I thought I saw someone up here. I think it was TJ. Let's see. I was going to throw him up here, give him a shout out. Here we go. TJ Sands had a minimum big 11 last night in Wisconsin.
Nice. Congrats, man.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm ready to be hunting a buck, man. I
almost shot 11 pointer the other day, but I decided to pass it.
Yeah.
Michigan
Spike.
11 pointer.
Yeah. We call them Kentucky 11 pointers down here, but same thing. Yeah, I'm ready to be buck hunting. It's hard to go out and just doe hunt.
Yeah, I don't know why you don't just run to some place where you can buck hunt.
Because it was just my buddy had a bunch of
thing, kinda.
Yeah, it was. No,
like, all right.
Well, we had 2 mix. So okay, here's why we went up there. We literally had 2 packs of burger left in our freezer. And that's it. And we were going to go camping this weekend as a family. And then my buddy Dave was like, "Man, there's a doe season up here. Will you come up here and your family could stay in my cabin?" And he's like, he wants to kill 10 does off his farm this year. He's like, "You can come up and kill some does." And I'm like, "All right, we may do that." And then Maddie's like, "Yeah, let's go up and do that." So then we went up and did
Maddie
that.
hunt too?
No. Mm-mm.
She's got to watch the kids and stuff, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Her bow's acting weird too. I need to work on it a little bit. It's like, I think the serving for her nocks are too tight. It's kind of throwing arrows crooked, but, of course, season here starts on whatever day, Tuesday. So kind of getting down to the last second here to get things ready. But oh geez, you're you don't have your Ford anymore, right? You have your Toyota now, right? Your truck.
Yep.
And you almost, I know you told me last year, did you wreck it like the first week you had it or something, or almost wreck it driving it to hunt
With the Toyota
in the snow?
Oh yeah, I almost wiped out in coming back from Nebraska. Holy crap, that was bad. Yeah, I did a 360 on the expressway. It was like holy.
Oh geez.
I hit glaze ice on a bridge, and I was going like 70, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, and you think you're gonna hit the side of the bridge, and I was like, holy crap. So then I slowed way down, and people were flying past me. And when I spun out like that, a semi hit that ice too. It started doing that and went right off the ledge, right out of sight down an embankment. And I just kept going. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I'm sure he wasn't hurt, but he wasn't getting out of there. Somebody had to adventure getting him out. So I had to drive really slow the whole way back home after that. It seemed like it was just the bridges that had the ice on it, though.
That's the worst because you don't expect it. Like it's like, you know, when everything else is clear, and then all of a sudden you hit that bridge, like, oh crap.
When I came back from bear hunting too, I was coming past Dave's place at 11 o'clock at night, his old farm.
Yeah.
And a white 8-pointer, a completely white 8-pointer, come running out and stopped right in front of me. And I got to find out that the brakes work really well because I skidded right up to it.
Dude, you're Wisconsin. Them white deer in Wisconsin, that's unreal to me. Like how many of them are around.
Yeah, I've had 2 opportunities to shoot deer. One was a white doe and 2 fawns, one white, one brown, and one was a spike buck. So 50% of the deer I've seen from tree stand so far are white.
Gosh, that's crazy. Because it's rare here. Like you never see them here ever. I think in like the whole time I've been in Indiana, I've seen 2 white deer, and they weren't white. They were piebald, like they were half white, you know. Mm-hmm. My cousin's buddy, he had one that he killed. It was a pretty nice 8-pointer that was piebald. I saw that one, and then we had a doe that lived in northern Indiana. It was just one random doe that was piebald, and that was the only 2 I've ever seen in Indiana.
Yeah, I've never seen a piebald. I got pictures of one this year though. Some really cool pictures of one in one of my hunting spots.
You can shoot a piebald, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Why do they care if you shoot a albino one or not? Like, I don't really get that.
It's just because non-hunters think they look cool, basically. So I'm glad they don't think piebalds look cool.
Yeah.
We had during the CWD thing, Scott Walker legalized white deer in the CWD area. You know, kill deer, kill them all, and only in the CWD area. And some guy shot a huge 10-pointer that the whole town had watched for years, and all the non-hunters loved it, and they blew an absolute fit. And they protested Scott Walker and stuff. So he was up for election, so he changed the law back. And he can't. So we had like a 3 or 4 year window where we could shoot them only in the CWD area. And in that time frame, I shot the one white doe, and Dave shot a white buck, and the white buck was walking up to me with another. It was like a bachelor group in early season.
Mm-hmm.
And the white buck turned, looked at his direction, walked right to him, and he shot it. The other 2 bucks came to me. Otherwise, I'd probably be the only person in Wisconsin to shoot 2 white deer legally.
A doe and a buck, both.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, I don't. I always wondered. I'm like, that doesn't make. I mean, what's the matter if they're white or not? They're still white-tailed deer, you know. And, and I don't think it's not a good genetic for them to have.
It's not. I mean, it's. I don't think it's true albinoism because I heard something like that's random, and it's certainly not random here. And a lot of them have black noses. Now, the one I passed, was it yesterday? Had a pink nose, but it wasn't completely pink. It was like spots and stuff, and that's the way the first one I shot was. It looked like it had like off-colored eyes, like bluish or something, but not pink. But it's a trait, and they're having white fawns. So even that brown fawn probably has that trait in it. you know, and has an opportunity that might have white offspring. But what happens is those are protected, so that gene is protected. So we're getting more and more white deer in the area where those white deer are, and there's like a little pockets of them, if you want to say. There's certain areas I know if I go by, I can see white deer, and it seems to be expanding. Like where I saw the white deer yesterday was quite a ways from that pocket. I wasn't even in the same county where I normally see. And I mean, so it was pretty surprising to see white deer where I saw them yesterday. But there are pockets of them where there's a lot of them.
Well, yeah, it just seems like, I mean, I've noticed the last 2 years, like my buddies in Wisconsin, you know, the handful I have up there, it just seems like they're more and more sending me pictures of white deer just randomly.
That's because in a lot of states you can shoot them, and then you won't get the genetic trait as much, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Is it true that they, like, whenever they're white, like, do they have predator problems where they, you know, they're picked off easier and all that stuff? I mean,
well, I'm sure they do. They can be seen easier. I mean, for instance, yesterday when those white deer came in, I spotted them really fast. I didn't even have my tree stand up. I was hanging off the side of the tree. So then I had to sneak and put my stand up, sneak and put the camera arm up while they're walking to me. And they got pretty close before I even noticed that one of the fawns was brown. I thought it was a white doe and a white fawn. I didn't know there was a third deer, even though I'm looking at them coming at me. All the way from like 100 yards out to the point to where they got to 30. And at 30 yards, I'm like, there's another animal moving. Oh, there's a brown fawn. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed any of those deer till where I noticed the fawn. They're just super easy to spot, even in thick cover, you know, because they glow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that's a weird thing in Wisconsin, but it sounds like it's probably a liberal law that I didn't really think about that. Yeah, Michael said the albinoism is not healthy for the herd. Tennessee, you can't shoot them either, huh? That's crazy.
A lot of places you can't. I mean, it's pretty common, and people really have a flipping fit about that. And in some places, it's not just because of like anti-hunters. There's like a Indian culture where they don't want to. They have feelings for that type of deer, like the great white buffalo kind of thing.
Yeah, some kind of religious thing that they think is sacred or something. Yeah, maybe so. Oh, here's a question for us. This is an ethical question, as we were talking about earlier. Brandon said he goes, I hunted early doe in Michigan and saw 2 young guys. What's that? Oh yeah, her back half. Yep, that's cool.
So that one, I that comes by me. I'm shooting it, but I haven't hunted where that is yet.
Does before we get into this question, was that a white flash camera?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought maybe it was the
flash doing that.
Yeah, like a flash camera.
I got several pictures of it, and it's got the same shapes on it every picture.
No. I meant her eyes were glowing. I thought maybe it was a flash or whatever.
Red flash. So it's a Moultrie.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind then.
I noticed when you walk by them at night, it's a little red dot turns on for a second.
Okay, I was getting ready to ask you about if you were using those white flash cameras again. I heard some people that were.
I don't even think they make those anymore, do they?
Yeah, you can. Some of them do. Some companies have them, but anyway. All right, Brandon said he was hunting this early doe season in Michigan and saw 2 young guys dragging a deer with no head or a tag. He said, I called the DNR. What would you do? I think you say, yeah, that's a big no-no, shooting a buck during a doe season, especially early. I mean, yeah. I have a feeling it probably had a head on when they shot it.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but
yeah, they're probably up to something.
Yeah. I don't know. That's I wonder how you like.
What do you there's a lot of people that go out on these doe hunts and they got guns and a doe comes out and they got a quick shot and they shoot it and they get over and it's a spike or something.
Yeah.
And how are they handling that? Are they like, I registered online, I'm just going to say it's a doe and take it home? Do they hide it out there? Do they call the DNR and turn themselves in? I mean, I guess I would have to call the DNR and tell them I made a mistake and ask for mercy. But I know that's a problem. I mean, when we had those T-zones earn a buck and people were like felt pressure to get a doe, I found dead small bucks all over the place, like little forks and spikes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, gunshot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them were doing drives to get the does. And I can tell you doing our drives, about once every couple of years, somebody will shoot a small buck that they thought was a doe.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they don't have a buck tag, somebody has a buck tag and somebody will tag it so that guy's not fined, which is legal in Wisconsin.
Right. Party hunting's legal there. Yeah.
Right.
During gun season.
Right. I mean, nobody's happy about taking somebody's buck if they already got a buck tag.
Right.
But, when it's does only and you do those drives or something, it's a little spike just barely 3 inches and they're behind the ears.
Yeah. Brandon said he felt a little guilty about it, and you're probably because
guilty. If the guy did something wrong, he did something wrong.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Brandon, I wouldn't feel bad, but I understand what you mean, feeling guilty about like getting the kids in trouble. But it is what it is.
You could, sometimes that's a learning lesson too. I mean, you get a slap in the hand, and it stops that person from becoming a career criminal, and so that's why they have laws and that's why they have punishments, so that you learn lessons.
Yeah,
it's not because they're just out to get people, or at least
that's right. That's probably a good way of looking at it. Is like you probably did the kids a favor to where now they're gonna at least maybe straighten up a little bit. And when you're a kid, dude, you do stupid things. We all did as kids. I don't know how young you said young guys, but I mean, you just do stupid things. I did stupid things that I shouldn't have done, and it's just as long as you quit doing those stupid things, you do them once and realize I should have done that, and then learn from it. But
it's like I can't think of the word for it. There's the letter of the law, where it's this is the law, and then there's another word for it, something else of the law, the spirit of the law, right?
Yeah. And
the spirit of the law is they wrote that law because of a problem, right? It's like your ticket for the orange.
Yeah.
The spirit of the law is to save people and stuff, and you didn't really, to the letter of the law, you broke the law.
Yeah.
But that's why you didn't get a ticket, because that warden understood the spirit of the law. That's something you used to hear a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
Now it's more or less the letter of the law. You don't hear it. That's what they do. They just
right.
There's
no practical thought into it anymore. It's just like, this is it. And this is, one way or another.
You used to have officers, whether they're game wardens or police or whatever, they would weigh the crime.
Yeah.
Like if you're driving 70 miles an hour and you get pulled over in a 50, and when the cop gets to the vehicle, your kid's in the truck half bleeding to death from an accident in the yard, you're trying to get them to the hospital. Should you get a ticket?
Yeah.
The letter of the law says yes. The spirit of the law says that's not what the law was written for.
Right.
But
right.
Break the law.
Yeah. Sorry, Rosie's outside barking for some reason, but if you guys can hear that, but I got pulled over for speeding the first time in a long time. He swallowed a coin. It was in his throat. We had to rush him to the emergency room, and the freaking got pulled over. Go in there trying to get him to the emergency room. I was like, gosh dang it. The one time I get pulled over. But that guy understood the spirit of the law, though. He let me go pretty quickly. This is a good question. He said, do you guys participate in state draw hunts, like the state parks, nature preserves, military installments? And if so, what's your experience been with these?
You?
I've been on quite a few of them in Indiana. My experience is I don't know why it is in Indiana, but they've got significantly worse over the years. Like, they used to be something that you would go and be excited about, like, "Man, this is an extra buck. There's big bucks in here." And it just seems like over the years, I don't know if the state has let too many people in, and a lot of them they just have opened up. Like, it's not a draw anymore. Um, but now it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes it's not even worth your time. You got better hunting outside of them anymore. I don't know what that is here in Indiana. But yeah, like I got drawn for one this year in Indiana, and I got you can put in like 3 dates, and the dates were like, my first pick was like first week in November. It's just 2 days. And then my second one was like a gun season on November 20 or November 30th or something like that. And then my last pick, I just threw it was like October 11th, and I got freaking drawn for October 11th, which is my, the one time I really didn't want to go in there. But that particular hunt used to be awesome. And I don't think in the last few years, I don't think anybody's really killed anything big out of that area. So, but it can be really good if you're in the right park or the right situation. And usually it's an extra buck tag for you too. Some of them aren't, some of them are, but
by us, they opened up the parks, but it's not a draw anymore or anything. You just go hunt them. There are some places where it's a draw. The main draws we have that are of interest to me are the conservancies.
Yep.
Some of them are good, some of them are not. Every one of them has different rules. Some of them you got to jump through hoops. Some of them you got to work for the privilege to hunt. Some of them it's a random drawing. Some of them only let like 2 hunters on for a season, and they can be pretty good. But they're all different. I mean, there's one that I was really interested in near my place. They were going to open up this park that was up against a very rich neighborhood. And that rich neighborhood is known for having giant bucks. I mean, I filmed a 200-incher just eating in a field, and I drove right up to it and filmed it. And they're going to open this up to the public. If you like first come, first served, they let so many people in there. So I was really interested. But then I found out what they're doing is they took a guy they thought was a good hunter in their group, and they made him the person who runs it. And they didn't want people wandering around or getting on somebody else's property. Them damn hunters, they don't pay attention to land borders and stuff, and they'll walk wherever. So we're going to have to babysit them. So we'll put up 10 tree stands. We'll have trails cut to them. We'll make sure they're not so close to a hiking trail or something that these dastardly hunters will shoot somebody. And we'll put up the stands, and they have to use a harness. They have to use a thing to go up the tree so that they're belted in the whole time. And first come, first serve. Those 10 tree stands get hunted the whole season, every day. First come, first serve. There's always somebody in it. You leave, somebody else goes in it.
Yeah.
Sound like a fun hunt?
No, not really.
Even if there are deer, that's just killing deer.
Yeah.
It's not. I had no interest in that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So you got to look into it a little bit and see what the rules are. It was my point. Some of them are really good, at least in Wisconsin. Some of them are really good. Some of them aren't. Everyone's got different rules.
Yep. I still put in for them. I was telling Maddie, this one, I don't even know if I'll end up going to it. I may just skip out on it because EHD in that county is really bad. And you got to go through a bunch of hoops too. Like if it was during the rut or something where I thought I had a chance of just a big one walking by, but October 11th, it's kind of rough, and you can't go in and scout or anything. So I can't like go pre-scout for a buck.
Yeah, that's another stupid rule.
Yeah. And then you got to like go to a safety meeting before. And I mean, if it was here close, it's like an hour and a half drive too. So it's like kind of a ordeal to get there. It's going to take up my whole day or whole weekend if I do it. But I mean, if I kill a buck early season, I'll probably go, but if not, I'll probably just hunt around here because I don't have real high hopes of a good one walking by.
Ours are generally never an extra deer.
Yeah, this one is.
Some of those are still earn a buck here too.
Oh, really?
Shoot a buck, yeah. I hunted one that you had to shoot 2 does before you could shoot a buck.
Yeah. David at his big oaks. That's the one. That's the one I got drawn for. David must be from Indiana because he's giving me some Indiana vibes here.
Flying for it.
I mean, there's no. It's kind of it's not real great now, but it's again that's a scenario like it used to be. If you got drawn there, it was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna shoot. I could shoot a booner in there, and now it's nobody does anymore. I mean, every now and again someone will kill a nice one, but it's and yeah, most of them in Indiana are free draws. Like they don't cost you anything to put them in. I think a lot of them are in the state. If they have like a draw for a park or something, maybe you have to buy a tag, but I don't think it costs you to put in for them. There was a couple more questions I saw, and then I got distracted. Okay. Hayden was asking, Dan, how close do you think multiple bucks are bedding if I get them on trail camera from 12 in the afternoon to 7 at night? He lives in Minnesota.
I'd say you're pretty freaking close to them.
Yeah, I'd say you're right on top of them, dude.
Yeah. Right there somewhere.
Yeah. That's another Johnny Stewart told me this one time. He's like, dude, if you get a daylight picture of a buck once a week, he's probably living right next to that camera somewhere. He's like, you need to be hunting there. And he's like, so many people just unless you're consistently getting a buck on camera during daylight hours, day after day, they think like, oh, this place is worthless, But
I hate to call somebody out, but because he might be listening, but I'm gonna say this anyways. I had a guy contact me just recently and send me a message and say, I've been sitting this transition edge, and he had asked like where to sit and stuff. This is like an ongoing private messages with me, and I told him you should probably sit the transition edge and blah blah blah. And I don't mean you should camp out there or anything, but that's and he gives me a message back and he says, I've been sitting it and I've been hopping around on this edge and I've been seeing this giant buck and he's always in the same area moving around. And it's always like half an hour before closing, he comes through. And do you think I should move over there? And it's like, what? Of course you should move over there.
Yeah.
Some people really lock into the, but you said to hunt the transition area,
Yeah.
It's kind of, you got to be open-minded.
Yeah. Well, I have, like I said, I have 2 cell cameras out and they're both on my private property. I don't have any out. I just there's so many out on the public now and they're just over. I feel like they're getting overused and I just decided I'm not going to use any on public this year. I don't think it's going to help me that much to where it's worth the hassle going and putting them out and, some of them not working and me fiddling with battery, whatever, and, it's funny. Like when you tell people you got anything on camera and I'm like, no, but I just but regular card camera. Don't have any cell cameras out. They're like, you don't have any, what? Huh? You're not using them? I'm like, no, it's going to be all right, guys. But it's funny how in this day and age, it's almost like a must have for people now to have a camera and a deer picture on it to go hunting somewhere.
I've been hunting a property that's really got me kind of creeped out with cameras. Somebody has cell cameras in there.
Yeah.
And they're not for deer. They're watching when you access the property on all the trails where you walk into access. There's a camera aiming at them hidden, but one of them I didn't see it till it's night when you see the little red light.
Yeah.
And it creeped me out enough to wonder, why do they want to know when you're on the property? What are they doing back there?
Yeah.
I actually went to make sure and see who owns the camera, because in Wisconsin you have to put your name and address and all that stuff on the cameras, and none of them have it.
Yeah.
They're all the same brand. I'm thinking they're set up the same. It's just weird. I mean, they're not set up for deer at all. They're set up watching human access. I don't know that I like that.
Yeah, I think people with probably someone getting paranoid about their deer hunting spot. I was talking to Tim Hinkie earlier, and you know, there's that some guy he got I don't know, he was telling me a story about he got a guy on camera, um, and he put it on Facebook. Like, I guess it was like a guy who looked really tired, and Tim put on there like, this is what it looks like whenever you had a long season or something like that. People saw it, and the guy ended up seeing it. Contacted Tim, was all mad that he was, you know, around there and in a spot, and that's my spot. Don't be putting that on the internet. And sounds like that's one of those guys. He's a little too worried about who's going in and out of a piece of public.
Yeah, it's a small world. You post something about somebody, they're going to see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's the thing is, I don't know. There are people I know that would do that though, Dan. Like they would want to know exactly where everybody's at. They got to control it. It's my, this is my area. I know that's my buck in there. I want to know who's going in there. I want to see if Dan Infalt's going in there after my buck, or whatever.
Not to pick on Jacob, but did you see the video with the poached deer, the white deer?
Yeah.
They literally had so many cameras out there between him and his friends that they're able to track the guy's every movement when he's out there, and even almost get him killing the deer on the camera. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. It is annoying kind of though. Like it's not, they're not doing anything illegal. Like it's fine, whatever. But it is annoying to get your picture taken in the woods for some reason. Like I avoid it if I can,
Well, no, not
on purpose.
But me and probably you to a degree too. I mean, if somebody sees you on the camera, they know who you are.
Yeah.
And then you post a video, and they're like, "Oh, that's where he was hunting. That's what happened there." And so I'm walking way around. So now I can't even access up the access trails to some of these properties because I have to walk to cameras that are watching to see if I'm there.
Yeah. I got real frustrated last year once where I was walking, and it was probably the same guy because it was the same brand of camera and it was kind of hung similar, But I walked by a camera down low in an area, and I was like, oh shoot, well that guy's hunting here, and he knows I'm hunting here now. And I like walked up the ridge and got up top, and then I like looked to my left, and there's another camera pointing at me. I'm like, gosh dang, like he knows exactly where I walked, but it is what it is.
I went on a property and was walking around. I didn't hunt; I just scouted it. Before season, I wanted to check some tracks along the edges of some fields. And as I was walking out, I looked up and I saw a cell cam watching me. I walked back, and when I got to the parking lot, a truck comes flying up, and the guy's just staring at me. You can see him looking at my license plate, writing it down, making sure I see him do that. He probably thought I stole his camera. Then as I left, he took off to check on his camera.
That's
like the paranoia of people,
Yeah. There was a question: is that Eric had? Does anybody have any advice for hunting an area with wolves? I've never hunted with wolves.
Use meat for bait. Hunt at night.
What is the old Wisconsin saying? The 3 S's.
Yeah.
Shoot, shovel, and shut up.
Yeah.
I don't think he means wolves. I think he means hunting deer.
Yeah, I know. It's just being funny. I know. You don't want to hunt right where the wolves are because the pack mentality. They move to a herd of deer and they kill them all, and then they move to the next herd of deer and they kill them all. And you got to be outside of the rotation. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It ain't always like that. You get over by Black River Falls, I see bucks and I see wolves, but probably got to look for areas where the wolves aren't exactly. You know what I mean? Where they're not hanging.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I
would say that one thing I've noticed is when you hunt in wolf territory, the deer move in daylight a lot. Like midday and stuff. I think it's safer for them to move around.
Because wolves are moving at night.
But I've always seen good movement in wolf country in late mornings, early afternoons, where by my house where there's no wolves, I really never see that kind of movement.
Yeah. Do you? I mean, you probably never really hunt in wolf country, do you? I mean, outside of
there's wolves just 2 hours from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Black River Falls is full of them.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know you got into that far. I guess.
Matter of fact, I know of a wolf that was accidentally shot in Rome Marsh behind my house. I know of a wolf that was hit on the expressway on I-94 in Ixonia.
Hmm.
That one was in the paper. So they even get down here sometimes.
Yeah. Keep them up there.
Matter of fact, on the same subject, somebody in Fond du Lac shot a bear legally this year. They probably
Really?
has a bear shot in that county in probably 100 years.
Huh. Bears, they kind of can. They're pretty rogue sometimes. We get them every now and again. You'll hear someone spotting one up here.
A bear?
Coming up from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Usually a young male that.
So yeah, that's what we get here is we're starting to get them to wander down here. Now we actually, we're starting to get to see sows and cubs. So they're starting to get a population kind of, but I got a picture of a bear this year in Jefferson County. I didn't publicize it because you get contacted right away. They want to know where it is, and they want to take it back up and crap. And I would just rather they left them alone. Yeah. So I just kept it to myself. And I have a C tag. I could go probably out and hunt that. I know where that bear is hanging. I know other people that got pictures of it and stuff, and they're kind of keeping it quiet too.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill the last bear, the only bear in Jefferson County.
Right.
But this guy in Fond du Lac did. And last year I ran into a guy who had a bear bait here right next to my house where we were seeing that bear, which is another reason why I'm being quiet about it. But he tried to kill it. He got a tag for C. And see, in Wisconsin, even though there's no bears down here and hasn't been in 100 years, you can hunt bears here. Mm-hmm. You get a C tag, and it's the southern half of the state. They don't specify it to the bear zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hunt all the way down to Illinois, right up to the border.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to go. I need to organize and go bear hunting with you sometime. I just need to. Sure. We just need to plan it for whatever it would take me to get it, or
start putting in the permits. I mean, you might even get one the first year.
Yeah.
See, you get them pretty easy.
Okay. Someone was asking about Eric's mustache.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell that Rick was really turned on by it. he was hanging on it.
Oh. Someone asked about it. Rick's rump too, but
his rump?
Yeah. Eric's mustache and Rick's rump, I think it was, or Rick's bumper or something. Rick's bumper, that's what it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bumper.
So we were bear hunting, and we're in camp, and it's well after dark, and we're sitting there with all the other bear hunters and stuff, and a truck comes driving through the woods on an ATV trail past us, real slow, and one of the guys, Justin Heaver, says, "Hey, there's a truck driving through the woods." So we all kind of look over there. He was going real slow. So everybody's concentrating on it because he's like narrating it. And he goes, "It just turned on a light or something. I think it was a spotlight." And all of a sudden you hear, boom. And he just shot. And we're all like, what? And then he goes, "He's coming into the campground." And the truck's coming around into the campground. So we'll all go over to like confront whoever just shot this gun out the truck window. And Ricky gets out of the truck. And apparently he's coming back from hunting, and we're like, "Did you just shoot a gun?" And he goes, "No." And he's like all pissed off. And I'm like, "We just heard a big bang." And he goes, "Well, I was coming on that frontage road." I go, "Number one, that's not a frontage road. It's an ATV trail." And he goes, "That's not a road." I go, "Yeah, it's an ATV trail." He goes, It's a road." I'm like, "Dude, it's an ATV trail. They don't have two roads next to each other. And it's marked besides." And he goes, "Well, okay, anyways, I get to the end of that road to turn to the campground." He goes, "And it's a real tight corner on that road." I go, "That's because it's an ATV trail. And you got a truck." And he goes, "Well, anyway." And he goes, "So I'm trying to go back and forth to get in there. And I don't know what flashes a light, maybe his headlights when he was turning or whatever." But he says, "And I got in a position where I had to back up really fast. And I couldn't get out of him why it had to be really fast. But he had to back up really fast and slammed into a tree and smashed his tailgate in. And that's what the big bang was we heard."
The shotgun was, or the gun going off was the.
So we all filmed his tailgate, drew faces on it. And
yeah.
Stuff. It was fun.
Oh, that was never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Always something. Always somebody getting into.
If anybody didn't watch that bear video, it is hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny.
You don't kill nothing, but it's hilarious.
Yeah. Was bear season just wasn't good this year, or what? What was going on with the bears?
We had a weather front come in, and everybody's baits just got shut down.
Yeah.
The day before the opener, 3 bears hit in daylight on our 7 baits.
Yeah.
After the opener, just got shut down. I'm going to go up there and scout with the guide and tweak his baits and put in some new ones and really get him set up a little better. For hunters, me and Eric are going to go up there and work on that. I've been hunting bears so long and doing so well that I'd like to set him up a little like I kind of do in Minnesota, where we've been so successful. I think I could do him some help. But all the guys down in that area struggle a little bit. But I think we could probably get him up to about 40 or 50% success.
Yeah.
Which nobody else is doing in that area.
Yeah.
You get in northern Wisconsin, some of those guys are having 100% success. Like Bernie Behringer, you know, he had, I think out of 16 guys, 1 guy didn't get a bear. And then when they all, and he might have passed some. I don't know that they didn't. And then him and his guides didn't hunt until after everybody else was done hunting. And then they all shot bears.
Yeah.
But that's Minnesota, you know, and guys in northern Wisconsin were doing well too. But everybody was struggling a little bit this year with that weather front that came in. It went from hot to cold overnight. It went from like it was in the 80s to the next day we had a low of 40. And the bears just kind of shut down. They were still hit, but it was random. It was cold. It was very little. It was at night.
Do the bears like the hot weather?
Well, kind of. I don't think they like hot weather, but they're not deer.
Yeah.
Bears get lethargic in the cold. They start to get more and more to where they want to lay down. It gets to a certain temperature, they'll hole up for a day or two, you know. So if you ask me, that 70-degree weather is good. You know, I've shot a lot of my bears in 80-degree weather. If you go back and you look at my bear pictures, most of my kills I'm wearing a t-shirt. You know, but there's been plenty of days when it's been cold. You don't see too many of them where I've killed them where I'm wearing a jacket. It's usually warmer weather when I'm shooting them around here anyways. So my experience is mostly Minnesota and Wisconsin. But warm weather is better. And you hear a lot of people, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm so excited. We got a cold front coming in. And I was just thinking, I'm not excited about it.
Shut them down. Huh.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that, but it makes sense, I guess.
I was hunting a really big bear, and there's a few bears coming in, and he took over and chased all the other bears out. And that one real big bear, he was hitting in daylight up until the opener. And then as soon as I started hunting him and he smelled the new scent of me coming in there, he got a little weird. Started coming in weird, circling the bait. I think he came in daylight once when I was there. I heard something circling me, and they didn't show up for a couple of days. And now I was watching the bait with a cell cam, planning on whether or not to come back. And he was only baiting when the cell cam would show him that a bear was there, which that bear was the only one that hit it. And it finally came back a few days ago, or more than a few days, about 4 or 5 days ago, in daylight, like an hour before dark. Obviously circled because it came in from my stand area, which would have been downwind. Came straight up to the bait, just waltzed up to it like nonchalantly, smelt the log, and absolutely freaked out and ran off and has not been back since.
Jeez.
So I don't know what kind of foreign odor got on that log, or you know, from baiting. Something maybe was stuck to the guide when he was baiting. You know, like maybe he walked someplace, got something on him, but something that bear did not like.
Huh. You guys mobile hunt when you do that, or do you guys put stands up?
Well, legally you can't leave a stand in the tree because we're hunting public land, so we have to stand up and down.
Got it. Okay.
Most guys leave their stands up, but it's technically against the law. So I take my mobile stand and set it up, take it down.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I guess.
I mean, if there's a bear around and it left, I would probably leave it up and just come back in the daytime the next day. You know, but legally, you have to take it down, put it up, and I pretty much follow that.
Same as your deer hunting rules then.
Yep.
Yep. Which people don't follow either in Wisconsin, but
right. If they let you put a bait out there and leave a bait out there, they should let you put a tree stand out there.
Yeah, I think they can make exceptions for bear hunting, you know.
Right. When you're hunting deer, I understand the mobile concept should be the law. But I don't know.
Yeah.
They probably are too, but you'd end up with tree stands everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If it's a bait station, you get to leave the bait, you should be able to leave the tree stand.
Yeah. You ever had people hunt your bait on public land?
I have not, but they can. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. That'd be kind of a crappy move.
Right.
All right. Let's get off here, Dan. We answered most of the questions, and I know you got to get to, I don't know, probably finish packing and getting on the road to Maine.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching tonight, and we'll talk at you later. Bye.
Bye.